Good morning, Astrolifers. Sorry, I'm running late. I said 10 a.m., but I was on a call and with a little bit of an emergency, so I had to help that person, and I didn't realize that the time was going so fast. So I think it must be 10:20 or something like that. So so let's talk about the stars and what's coming up. It's a video I wish I'd never had to do. So look, we'll get on to it, and we'll talk about what is coming up this week, and we also will talk about what I see in the next months coming up. So, as I was saying, this week was a new moon, right? So there's still this air of saying, okay, I'm organizing myself, I know that, and actually so you should. It is, after all, a new moon in Aries, so it's about taking action, and it's all about that. In fact, actually, the more people are going to take action, the more they're going to organize themselves when there's going to be a lockdown, organize themselves, with what they need, and not toilet paper. I mean, you can only use so much, right? So things like that, trying to organize yourselves, making sure that if you've got room, you can plant some veggies and things like that are going to be there to actually supply what you are going to be needing when we are going to be in lockdown. So things like that, where you need to actually organize yourself, and anyone can grow some veggies and even in a flat, as long as you've got some pots and things like that, there's no problems. And buying things that can actually also last for a while. There's going to be reactions, of course. I already know that some of you are already in isolation, making sure that you understand that because of fear, there might be some reactions. People react differently with fear, so try to be very understanding. I've seen that those last few days. I've seen many people reacting in a different way than usual, and that obviously is linked with fear, and different cases with my clients that have had issues and stuff like that. So just try to understand that fear always makes people react in a funny way, so that might happen as well. So always try to be compassionate and deal with things with love, because we are all on the same boat, aren't we? So we all need to support each other. Right, so that new moon, that was positive to organize ourselves this week. We still have some really amazing aspects. We've got Venus and Jupiter, 27-28, which is making things nice. So that's good. So that's a good time, to organize things with your loved ones, to have some discussion, to organize things, to look after your situation. Sorry if I cough sometimes. I'm still coming out of my flu. Not the corona, but the flu is bad enough, so that's for sure. So I can't even imagine the people having the corona. So and the 28, 29 are good days to believe it or not. It is linked with Jupiter, Pluto, Mars, which are doing a trio together into Capricorn, which is the planet of longevity. So I kept on saying, please organize yourselves. Organize your work. For the people who work online, so this is what I did, and this is why I came out obviously with the elites. It was to teach them to be completely independent and be able to work completely online, and do their businesses and work in a different way, live in a different way, and work in a different way. Now, that being said, considering the situation that we are in, not only as you've seen, I'm ready to help people again, to give you directions. So I did a special for what's going on and what's happening now in the situation, because a lot of you guys are going to have to reinvent yourself. But if you are going to do that, you need to know what is your purpose and towards what you are going, and what is going to bring you luck as well, the elements of luck and things like that. So I will do a special like that, and I can, in that case, obviously send you also the updates as far as astrology is concerned. But after that, if you need more support, out because it's already starting to get crowded. Because as soon as I started to say that, I had people starting to say, yes, please, if you are doing the readings again, please, can you take me, and stuff like that. So it will get crowded very quickly. So what you need to know is that team of elites that I have, that is a team of amazing ladies, like all of them absolutely amazing. They actually are ready. Their programs are ready. They actually are ready to be able to look after you guys. So if at one stage, you come and see me, and I will share already their program as well onto the group, and my VAs will also start sharing, their promotion. But yes, if you do have a problem and you come to me, and if I couldn't keep on looking after you, I will always be there to give you the stars, and don't worry about that. I never leave anyone without directions, and I always look after my clients. And once you've had a reading with me, I will always be there to answer your questions one way or the other, because what is true today is not true tomorrow, right? With the stars, it's always changing, so you need to keep on following and adapting. So I'm always there for my clients one way or the other once you've had a reading. But let's say, for example, you wanted to be mentored, to be able to really look into organizing your home, or things like knowing how to be healthy, because you really want to have someone that is really, really good as a nutritionist. If you wanted someone that is really good in helping you for things in business, if you wanted someone that is really good in gardening, in knowing how to reorganize the way you are eating and things like that, they are doing some packages that are absolutely, honestly, such a good value, like really packages. They're all giving as much as they can, helping you to go through this, and there will be calls, they will be following you and being there for you to go through it. So it will keep on the economy, going, some of them, it's like for the price of 1 or 2 cups of coffee per week, like $5, $10, $11 or things like that. But then it will keep the economy going, and they will help you also for you to be able to work online or to do things, and I will be behind if you need help as well with direction. So don't worry, all that is well organized, and we can all be there. And obviously I will always be there as far as the stars are concerned as well. So so if you need, that team is absolutely there and will be there. So I am saying it because it's a good time to launch things, and it's a good time for you guys also to start something. If you wanted to have support, it's better actually that you start something now than later on, because I'm going to be honest with you, and again, it's the kind of video I wish I've never had to do, but you guys know that I'm going to tell you the way it is, because I don't really want to tell you things that are not true in that sense, because otherwise I'm not doing my job. Okay, so for the moment things are still good, if we can say so. We do have those stars where we are starting new things. You want to be mentored, you want to be looked after, you want to change your life, you want to make sure that you will still be alive from what's going on. And again, I don't believe that I'm not saying that it's not an accident coming out. I don't really believe it, I'll be honest. But anyway, at the end of the day, it was man-made. And there are really strange things happening around. I do astro traveling, by the way. And I do believe, when you see the big picture, I do believe that it's happening. It's really a price that we are paying for giving the power sometimes maybe to the wrong people, and not doing the right things towards planet Earth. So I did a collective I did a meditation this morning. I was really gone at 5-6 a.m. this morning, really to pray for the planet and to protect us. But there's a lot of things that need to be cleaned up, and that is definitely what's going to happen with what's going on. So so this weekend, as I was saying, and there is love, because there is Jupiter, Pluto, Mars that is there. There is a really good aspect as far as that is concerned. Now, there's going to be things coming up around the 1st of April. We've got the planet Mars of action, that is going to be moving in Aquarius. You have to remember that we are in the era of Aquarius. And at that point, people are going to start thinking, there's stuff happening that we don't like. I know you already are starting, all of you, but, in a more general way into the world, people are going to say, that doesn't really sound right. But the problem is that we do have Saturn for the moment in Aquarius. So it's actually going to test us how much we are part of it all, how much we want to help each other. Because with Aquarius, it's everything, it's being free and being able to keep on working and living the life that you want, but also really understanding that we are part of it all, of a community, and even if that's a worldwide community, it's about all helping. So we are in the era of Aquarius, but Mars is going to start kicking in now. It's going to be there and saying, yeah, well, it's time to take action and it's time to really do it. So if you start really feeling by the end of the month, we really need to support each other. We really need to organize some groups and help each other. It's normal, because that is going to be rising up, saying, well, hang on, we need to be there for each other. So organize groups like that. Me, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with the elites. We already talked about it. First, we're going to do a lot more talks to support each other, the elites and I, as far as that, and helping others and being strong to be able to help others. But also, I'm going to be doing a lot more things for all you guys as well, where we will be there, where we will have, some talks, and we will talk about different subjects, where we'll have guest speakers to be able to help you to grow through that, in psychology, in nutrition, whatever the subject is, to boost your immune system and to make sure that you are strong. Make sure that you all take zinc, not just vitamin C, B, and D, but that you also take zinc for the resistance. It's very important. So make sure you eat healthy, that you have your bodies as alkaline as possible, less stress, and as much as you can as well. Because remember, meditations, because happy cells will last a lot longer, and will be better to fight than actually that was really the message as well. The more you are spiritual, the more you understand the big picture, and you can fly above the situation and understand the big picture, the better you actually will be. So please think about that, because that will also help you to go through what's going on onto the planet Earth for the moment. So the 3rd and the 4th of April, we've got Mercury and Neptune. So it's going to be all about talking and all about feelings. People that are going to be starting to really feel and wanting to express all that. The 4th and the 5th, there's going to be Venus, Saturn, that are going to be as well really good for new ideas and sharing again the love and doing things with long term. We actually haven't had that aspect for 13 years. With Jupiter and Pluto as well, which will be there. So it is linked with working and making money. So that's what I keep on saying, the aspects that we do have for the moment, you really, really want to make it count to actually reinvent yourself. So if you have lost your job, if you have, your work or your business that is going on down, please reach out. Okay, just let me know. I will always find a person that can help you out. And when I mean it's cheap, I mean it's really, really cheap. And that will also give you the direction and the support that you need to be able to change all that. So if you do, please reach out. Even if you just need to talk, by the way, also reach out. I will always have people in my group of ladies as well that will always be there and to listen and to support you if you need it. This is the kind of ladies that I do have into the group. They're absolutely fantastic and genuine and really have a lot of qualities as well. So we will have those aspects on the 4th and 5th, and also after that, obviously, as you all know, we will have the full moon on the 7th or the 8th, and that full moon will definitely be linked with purpose. So if it is a time between now and that full moon where obviously we'll rise everything up and bring you to that, because obviously if we start seeing the big picture, it's all to be on the right track in that sense, in saying, okay, what is right, what is wrong, how do I want to create my future, and where do I want to go? Because remember, at the end of this year, when we will be reaching December, by the 21st, Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, the queen, the biggest one, will be in Aquarius, and we are in the era of Aquarius. So we pretty much have between now and that time to have reinvented ourselves, and then after that go to that new era, to that new life, to that new place where obviously if Jupiter is there and we are in the era for the next thousands years in there, that there's it's going to be completely in sync with the future and where we want to go. So yes, it will be linked with technology, which of course it always makes sense. Huh? I mean, with what's happening, everyone is pretty much at home, and we're all going to be working online and doing it like that. So for the ones that are not doing it, it's time to step up. And the others, if you want to improve, obviously it's also time to learn how to do it better and have information from people who have been doing it for a long time or that have expanded their business in a successful way online and things like that. So that's where you want to be going. It's going to be linked with that technology, knowing that we want to protect the planet, that we are more conscious of the planet, and living it in a better way, not taking things for granted, not taking people for granted anymore. It's really going to be, by the end of this year, we will really come out thinking, okay, you know, we are part of it all, and it is because all of us are supporting each other that we can have a bright future, and not just, you know, letting that power or economy to a minority. We want to all be free and having the best life that we want to have. So I strongly suggest that spiritually speaking, and yes, and as far as work and freedom and well-being is concerned, that you start seeing the big picture going from above. That is the way to go. Huh? That is definitely the way to go. So that in between brings me to the fact that, is it going to get better in between? Because you're probably wondering, well, hang on, Muriel, and what's going on in between? Well, for the moment, organize yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Organize yourself. Sign up for some programs now. You don't want to be signing those programs, and I don't even want my leads or even myself. I prefer to actually start things on a good note for yourselves, because at the end of the day, it's socially also better for you guys. Why? Because I'm just going to get my other diary. We will have some retrogrades, and we will go at a certain time into retrogrades. So you want to have organized all that before. When is the shadow and all that? Well, we are going to have a lot of planets retrograde, and the full retrogrades will start mid-May, around the 13th to be exact. We will have Venus, we will have Jupiter, that famous queen of luck and expansion. And just to make things worse, in June, from the 18th of June actually, we will have Mercury retrograde. So you can imagine in June, for example, or July, 3 planets retrograde, which are the main one, and between love, beauty, well-being, luck, expansion, communication, business, and all that. Everything will be going down at that time, right? So, and that obviously is going to include the health and what's happening and things like that. So it will get worse before it gets better. I am sorry to say that, but we have to be objective. And I really wish I didn't have to say those words, right? So, but that is the situation of today. So do things now, please. I'm really asking you to do it, because it is in your own interest, it is in your client's interest, it is in everyone's interest that you organize yourself, that you say, right. And the more you will organize yourself, the less fear you will have, right? Because if you face a situation and if you're like, okay, right, you know, I'm organized, I bought my grains, my seeds, I bought things that can, you know, I can keep on going if that. I'm taking my zinc, I'm taking my vitamins, I'm being healthy, I'm having 1 hour of meditation or half an hour of meditation and half an hour of yoga or dancing or whatever. I'm positive, you know, I'm exchanging, I'm proactive, I'm not stopping to work because I can work online and I can bring money in. So I'm not, you know, completely freaked out because there's no income. I can also generate some income and help others to generate some income. So I am a positive, active person. The more you are going to stay in that state of mind and rolling and making that thing, you know, that positive ball of action and rolling, the more you are going to be in that beautiful, you know, ball of light and positivity. And that's exactly what we need. The more we are going to have people being like that, proactive and doing it and helping others. And helping others is a very beautiful thing, because it's what feeds you the most. The more you are going to be helping others and seeing results for the others, the more you are going to be fed, because really technically that's what feeds you. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people, they do so many things, you know, they have so much money, and at the end of the day, You know, they always come back trying to help an association or trying to do something. Why? Because that's the purpose of living. It's to be there for our purpose, for what we are here for, you know. And everyone's got a mission. They can be different in doing things differently, but it's always a mission to make things better. So that's where you have to go towards. So that's it. So I will stop there. I think that's enough for today. But please, until that full moon, you want to keep on going, because after that there are going to be some tension. The next new moon in April is not a very nice one. And then after that, as I said, towards May, we will start having the retrograde. So action now, positivity now, making sure that you are organizing yourself, that you have what you need to be able to face what's coming up. And staying in a positive frame of mind and taking action to make sure that you can go through those months coming up and that things are going to stay positive. And again, if you need me, you know where I am. Just contact me. And if it gets too crowded, do not worry. I've got a team of ladies behind that are absolutely amazing, and I will be able to look after you guys. They're really, really awesome. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful. And their programs and their work, or they've done the work. You know, they are there and they can really help you guys. So that's important as well, to know that we are prepared and that they are ready. So that's it. Thank you. Have a really nice week. And if you need me, you know where I am. Thanks. Bye.